I don't care about my out-of-date drivers. Okay, so everyone's here, and here. Wait, no, Nick is of course, Nick is gone. Of course.
I'm here. I'll pull up my vape.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. All right, so we're gonna start in about 20 seconds. So that gives me enough time to mute my phone. And we'll be jumping into this real soon.
You are live according to my notification.
We're live now? All right. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, and thank you for joining us once again, The Monsters of Gaming. I'm Kaiju K, and with me here is Necro Nick.
Hello.
Juggernaut Jared.
Yo.
He's kind of here right now. He's kind of under medication as well, so don't mind him. Deathgasm. Mama Bear Maxine.
Howdy, howdy.
And, of course, the worst editor on the planet, Kaiju K. So,
You're not the worst editor on the planet.
Yeah, but no one complained about the title of my last live stream either. No one noticed I changed the name.
Bad
Kaiju. All right, so anyways, tonight's live stream is going to be an interesting one. It should be a fun one. And hey, I can actually see myself on the camera this time, so this is all good. Tonight, we're taking a pot shot at fictional worlds and our favorite fictional characters. This can involve characters from TV, anime, movies, pornos if you want, hentai if that's your thing.
Porno?
Well, technically, a person like, say, Lady Fire, who is a porn actress, is a fictional character. Technically. So, if that's the
Technically, all porn stars are fictional because they don't use their real name.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, for instance, you can't have, say, I don't know, Vin Diesel walking down the street, but you could have Riddick. You know, just gotta be careful of him popping out of the bushes and slitting your throat. You gotta remember that.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd start off. When you pick a character, just give a reason why too. You know, don't just say I picked this character. You know, I'll start off with a good example. I always thought it'd be awesome to live next to Phineas and Ferb from the TV show Phineas and Ferb. All right. Well, there's multiple. Well, if you agree, you agree. You know, but there's a lot of good reasons for it. They're good-hearted people. They help out their neighbors. With them, you also get Professor Doofenshmirtz as an add-on with Perry the Platypus, the OCI. You got all that added in, but once again, you get roller coaster rides and swinter events, which is, I believe, summer and winter combined, and you just get a lot out of the deal. Plus, my son would. Oh my goodness! Hang on a second, guys. I gotta cover the camera. Go through fast. Go. Hurry up! My son decided to change out of his clothes in his room and then run through the room. So I had to kind of cover up the camera there. Where was I? Oh, yeah. But you also get all these fun activities. And, of course, my son over there could use somebody to grow up with who isn't my current neighborhood, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So, I mean, you get a lot out of that. Thank you very much, Chris Gillo. I know everyone but me is amazing. Chris Gillo says, you guys are amazing, which means you, and you. Anyway, so
Stop it, Kaiju.
that's how I feel about it. Well, that's how I feel about my first choice. It'll always be good to have a good next-door neighbor who can literally fix anything, and if they can't, they'll create something that can. And it's always gone by the end of the day. So you don't have to worry about that roller coaster taking over the city the entire day. Of course, I won't go on the roller coaster. We know this. But still, it'd be awesome to have one. All right, let's move on to Mama Bear.
Alright. Well, me growing up, I didn't get to watch very much TV,
That's sad, but I understand. She didn't get to watch much TV growing up.
but I always liked the Taylors
From Home Improvement?
from Home Improvement.
There you go. The Taylors from Home Improvement. There you get your own TV show on the network. You get Wilson for free. That guy who sat on the other side of the fence and always had amazing advice. And you get Tim the Toolman Taylor to, well, make your town very exciting.
Exactly.
What did he make this time that blew up half his house? Wait, he got a new washing machine. He's going to give it more power? Hang on, I got to get the camera.
Don't forget Al Borland.
Oh, well, Al Borland's a part of the package, too. I didn't think I'd have to bring him up. You also get his wife and everything.
Right.
That's a pretty cool thing. I could see them living in my town, too, just not as a neighbor. Maybe a block down. Out of projectile range.
Oh, boom.
Yeah, out of projectile range. Just, like a house down, Anyone else agree with the home improvement?
Yeah.
Well, good choice, but I'm not going with him now.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Next, we're just gonna go down to this clockwise position here. Necro.
Okay. Well, I will choose the standing cast.
What was that? You blocked out there for a second. What was that?
The last man standing cast.
The Last Man Standing cast. Okay. I'm gonna avoid him being in my town, but you want to explain why? Why you want him?
Why?
Well, explain why you want him, and I'll explain why I don't.
Well, I mean, first off, a really good mechanic, has really cool cars, great family. He's very politically, opinionated, but would be an interesting guy to have a conversation with. And as I said, all around good family that'll help you out in a bind.
No, this is true. This is true. His problem is the same thing I would say for somebody who picked, say, King of the Hill. He's one of those guys that once he has an opinion in his head, you ain't changing it.
Sure.
And if his opinion is the complete opposite of yours and you're trying to make a point, that could get an angry kaiju. We don't want angry kaiju. Angry kaiju destroy things.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have Al Borland in my town to fix the things I break. All right. I like that one. Deathgasm. What? Deathgasm?
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Jack Teller.
Jack Teller, huh? You want to explain why?
I think it would be pretty fucking cool to be a part of the MC.
While the MC would be interesting, you also have to look at the downsides of being part of the MC. Like the chance of your town becoming part of a negative moment in MC history. I mean, it's still cool if you want that character, go with it, but I suggest John Wick along with it just to keep yourself safe.
Hey, listen. Once you're in good with the MC, you're fucking gold.
Well, yeah, if you have a power or a use. If not, you're just the standard civilian in trouble. I ain't exactly going to be much use of Spider-Man against the Rhino. I might be able to throw dirt in his eyes. Pocket sand! Ka-cha! But that's... Yep, hang on a second, guys. Go through, buddy. Hurry up. Run. I mean, I can see why you'd want it, though. I mean, that is an interesting idea to go through and gives you a large opening of other characters to add to your world.
Yeah, the amount of characters that are in that series
Mm-hmm.
and the interesting shit that happens in that series.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, it would...
Technically, to throw it out there, technically just having him would include you also having the Mayans, which is having their own show as well.
Right.
The Mayans actually do take place under Alvarez, or is there a different?
I don't know. I don't know which route they're gonna take for the Mayan series. I never watched that.
But it also depends on which comic book they're choosing from too.
Wait, the Sons of Anarchy was a comic book.
Yeah, they had two different they had two different storylines.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, they did. I mean, the comic books happened after the show.
Oh, okay.
But they had certain characters live in one comic book. Marcus,
Really?
And they had certain characters who didn't live in the movie, like certain characters that died in the actual TV show didn't die in one of the comic books to see what the different things would happen. Kind of like Marvel's What If.
Oh, okay.
But on the plus side, they are also the kind of group of people who would protect their town and keep things safe, as long as you weren't one of those people who did something wrong to upset them. I'm going to put my camera up here until my son is done, because he is taking his bloody time once more. I can see why. And of course, if you have a thing for danger in motorcycles, and you're set right there. Juggernaut, who's coming to your town? Who's moving on up?
I would want Dr. Stephen Strange.
No! No, we try to avoid that. We try to avoid that kind of danger. We try to avoid world enders like that. Okay, why?
Let's face it, you have someone that is a sorcerer supreme. You have someone that can help you out via magic.
Right.
Why wouldn't you want someone that can do that?
Okay, Thanos, Deadpool, Magneto.
But also that way, he would come technically with the rest of the Avengers and the Defenders.
Yes, because we've all seen how well they save cities. Let's go back and watch what Loki did, shall we? Ah! The entire city in flames! But it's okay, man. Like this, it's a good. He's a smart guy, though. He's a very caring individual. Not nearly at the beginning, and he does have multiple ways to help you. I can see that working out. Just try not to get into an ego contest against any of his friends. All right, so rolls about back to me, huh? Dang.
Yeah.
Well, let me think. I got Phineas and Ferb living to the left of me because that seems like a good place. So who should I have to the right? I'm thinking I want somebody eccentric. I want somebody who throws amazing parties and doesn't care if you show up. Somebody who's really good with donations. They help their entire town. Very well known, very well respected, except by their least liked friends. I'm thinking the Addams Family. Da-da-da-da.
I will also go with them as well, but they're like directly in front of me across the street.
No, you see, the closer you are to them, the less likely your house is to get destroyed.
Yes.
They fire cannons and crap out of their building. The closer you are, the less likely they're going to aim for you. So that's how right next door. Plus, if they break anything, Phineas and Ferb can come over and fix it. And if they can't, Al Borland can. So, I mean, I got everything set there. The main reason is that besides the fact that they are the Addams Family, and obviously one of the coolest families I ever grew up with, is that if you actually listen to the storyline and follow along, they donate to almost everything that goes on in their town. They donate to the fire department, the police department, schools, etc. They have near infinite wealth. They throw amazing parties that are literally the talk of the town, and they invite everybody to them. And if you're in trouble in their town, the Addams Family does not take that lying down. They are the kind of people that will help you back onto your feet, regardless if they do weird things in the process, like force you to live with them for a few days, in which case you may not want to come back. So, the Addams Family was that group of people that took care of their town, took care of their neighbors, didn't care if you were a stranger or not, still walked up and shook your hand. Sure, they're a bit on the eccentric side, but aren't we all?
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you. I would want them in my town. That's for
sure. See, I think everybody has said they would want them in their town. All right, so we're gonna go back. I'm there.
I'm gonna go with some safety aspects.
Honey, Mario Kart is not a safety aspect.
I'm not saying Mario Kart. Oh my God, Kaiju.
I turned around and realized what she was playing. That could be interesting to have, though. That's some entertainment right there. The actual Mario Kart characters going through, whipping around frickin' tracks. That could be entertainment. I'm thinking about that now. You were saying, honey?
They put NASCAR on the game.
Word.
The whole cast from Chicago Fire.
Okay.
PD and Med.
Okay, so she wants to move everyone from the Chicago series, Chicago Fire, Med, and Police, to her town. Well, I mean, those are people who actually do their damn jobs for a change.
But you are also going with somewhat corrupt cops on the PD side.
This is true. There are some corrupt cops on the PD side, yes.
What office doesn't have that?
Touche. What office doesn't have that? You know. Plus, they would be in a new town, so they'd be less likely for them to actually be corrupt.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have any. No one's picked any drug dealers yet. Smile, smile, wink, wink. I can think of a group that I wouldn't mind moving into my town. But that being said, that does give her a police department, a fire department, a medical department, a hospital, fire, and all kinds of stuff that goes along with it, including that.
Medical.
Right.
Ambulance.
Ambulances and everything, including a bar called Smokies or something like that. Molly's. Spookies. Who cares? Anyway. Does your dad's nickname count as a fictional character? No? Damn it. I can't have Spooky's bar then. Damn it. Necro, you're up anyway.
So I guess I'm up bat.
That's right, you're up the bat, man. No!
Well, okay, so I have the left being Phineas and Ferb. I have the house straight across being the Adams family.
All right.
So I'm going to go to the house right next to me on the right.
Okay.
Which is, again, the Munsters.
The Munsters, all right. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. They're another amazing family who always gave to charity. And sure, they weren't human. But
they were able, they would help the neighbor out if possible.
Yep.
And if I love the penalty.
Right. They also are not racist at all. They're against racism. That's a plus side. I would definitely have the Munsters in my town as well. Especially that car of theirs. Just be careful in case one of them gets road rage, because that thing breathes fire. So, it would fit right in with the Sons of Anarchy. They could drive around, they could just breathe fire in front of it, just keep going. Not to mention, Herman is kind of very super strong, so, like, if you had to move anything, he could just do it for you. Like, move an office building if you needed it kind of deal. All right. So we got a bunch of fun ones here. So, Mr. Sons of Anarchy, who else are you bringing into your town/city/country?
I forget his name, but the game that he's from, Days Gone.
Days Gone. Oh, okay, so he's got the Sons of Anarchy and another biker gang.
Yeah, that's not gonna go over well.
And zombies! Well, I sure hope the Raccoon City Police Department doesn't show up soon, or else we're all screwed.
Away from that town.
That's
honestly, I'm just trying to create a country or a town that's gonna burn within seconds.
You're already there. You don't need to go any further. Although, to be honest,
I think I can take it a few steps further.
I know you could, but to be honest, at least both biker gangs / shows do have a lot in common. They're very family-oriented, very brotherly-oriented. You know, your bikers are your family kind of deal. Both are willing to go to extreme measures. Definitely in Days Gone. Extreme measures to protect people or find ways to help people, especially in Days Gone.
Well, in Days Gone, there's not the law that they have to worry about.
This is true.
They do pretty extreme shit in Sons of Anarchy.
Well, yeah. But once again, you're dealing with...
But in Days Gone, you could just blow away people in the middle of the street with no fucking repercussions.
Right.
Other than other people maybe trying to kill you.
Right, so... There's that, you
know? Although some of the insane shit that happened in Days Gone is that they done to their own members in Days Gone. They did in Sons of Anarchy, too. Like, burning off people's ink.
Yeah. So, like I said, like, you're not exactly dealing with two different groups. They're basically the same group, but just two different ideologies. So they'd probably clash. But it could be a wholesome clash. You know, more people protecting your town, you know? Okay, after Doctor Strange pops in for a visit, who's next? Nurse Ratchet?
I think we need an Ace Attorney in my town, if you catch my drift.
Harvey Birdman, attorney at law.
No.
Objection!
Phoenix Wright.
I was gonna say objection. Phoenix Wright. All right. Well, now we go from one type of magic to another. So here we go again. We got another magic-based character in Juggernaut's town. This is cool. It works. Phoenix Wright is, of course, the attorney with magical powers to see things and events that happened or didn't happen, and he's constantly winning every single court he's in, except for like the ones he's forced to lose and then wins anyway. So I mean, I can see him being a nice, wholesome character. He would probably be needed by Doctor Strange to get out of a few lawsuits, but I could definitely see it working out. All right, cool. All right. Well, since we seem to be jumping around this Lego board as much as possible, and I think what I'm definitely going to need in the town is some nice wholesomeness. And by wholesomeness, I mean not nearly as wholesome. See, as many people may know, I am not exactly against the idea of drugs, particularly weed, which is no longer a drug, thankful. But in order for this to work properly, I'm going to need someone who's good at dealing it. I'm going to need someone who's good at making it and establishing lines. I need somebody who wears a thick raincoat and a backwards hat, another one wearing a beanie and half shorts. I think I'm going to need Clerks and Jay and Silent Bob in my universe. So, that gets me... What?
I second this.
Yeah. See, Jay and Silent Bob, they're not violent people, but they're really good at what they do. And you get the convenience store plus. So, I mean, there's an added bonus right there. $20, little man, put that in my hand. If that money doesn't show, then you owe me. Can you guys hear Mama Bear by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Mama Bear, since I brought drugs to it, what are you going to bring?
Oh, boy.
I swear if I hear anyone start mentioning we need to cook again, I'm going to be very upset. I'm looking at you, Deathgasm.
I was gonna have Breaking Bad.
I knew you were! I fucking called it! Okay, Mom Bear, who you bring into the world so we can avoid this?
There's an older movie called The Mask. And I'm not talking Jim Carrey.
Oh.
I'm talking Cher, her boyfriend, Gar, and his crew.
Okay.
They kind of remind me of Spooky, in a way.
Ah, gotcha. All right, I mean, I didn't say anything that Cher couldn't be in the universe. She's not technically Cher, though.
Right.
So that's the advantage right there. Like I said, you can't have Vin Diesel walking around topless, but you can have Riddick running around topless. Just an example. All right, Necro. You seem to be smiling and laughing over there. I have a feeling that you're bringing something to the table that's going to be weird.
Well, it's not weird, but it's definitely going to help James Silent Bob out.
Ah, here we go. All right.
The cast of That 70s Show.
And here we go. Red would be my best friend. me and Red have a lot in common with each other. For instance, both of us...
Red's no tolerance for ass kickery.
Yeah, that's right. He could run for mayor if he wanted to. Plus, like you said, you're helping out Jay and Silent Bob.
Then you got the kids definitely helping the economical wealth of Jay and Silent Bob.
Which in turn helps us all. I see what you're going. Okay, I'll borrow them as well. They can live a good distance from me, though, but I'll have them there. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, I can deal with 70s show. I can deal with that 70s show. Oh, that reminded me of the one I actually wanted to say.
Yeah.
So, Sir Deathgasm of I'm destroying my country in a fiery hell. Shall we just say that you're going with Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
So, I don't have to ask why, do I?
There's only one conflict of interest in Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Is I forget what season it is, but the guy that's also in Sons of Anarchy that is Mexican drug cartel lord or the military guy. He's in Breaking Bad too,
Well,
as a different character.
Right. Well, like I said at the beginning, you could technically have the guy who you could definitely have the guy from Free Guy and you could have Deadpool in the same universe, and even though they sound and look like each other, they're technically different people. How many times have you looked at a person from a distance and said, "Hey, that's so and so," and then when you run up to say hi, it's a completely different person. They just look similar.
Yeah.
You know, that could work. Not to mention, technically, that does bring a school in. You know, technically, it does bring a school in.
Reason why I kind of want Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Is because I kind of want to cook meth with Jesse and fucking Walter White. That'd be a fucking comical experience.
Good night, everybody.
No, tell me you would not want to freaking hang out with them too, especially with Jesse.
Okay,
Jesse is
I would not want to hang out with those two.
I would not want to hang out with those two.
Listen, I have seen what happens to people who slightly... Says the man whose entire town consists of 2 aggressive biker gangs and a meth lord. We have police departments and schools and all that kind of stuff, and he has 2 groups of people trying to kill each other and one trying to sell them both meth. Who will probably end up dead by one of them anyway.
Well, think about it. Walter's gonna sell the meth. There's a guy in Sons of Anarchy, I forget his name, the one neo-Nazi in the early seasons, selling coke.
Right.
There's heroin going around already on the mines end.
So he's creating the biggest drug cartel on the planet with his town. Gotcha. Juggernaut! Seeing as you seem to be with magical characters.
This one's not magical.
Alright!
I want someone who would throw a barbecue every weekend.
Okay.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Ah, I knew it! I knew he was going to throw one in. Listen, just be careful drinking beer with him. I've seen what happens. I've seen it.
No, you have to admit, every weekend, he'd throw one kick-ass barbecue.
This is true.
Yeah.
And he would invite everybody. And then you got to worry about him robbing beer trucks and stuff and destroying people in the middle of grocery stores. And for that matter, just okay, your universe is chaos. His universe is drug dealers. Wow, it makes my next group seem.
The question is it chaos good or chaos evil?
I guess it depends on which side of the stone frickin' Doctor Strange feels like being on. I just imagine Stone Cold Steve Austin is stunning strange. Wow, that's a mouthful. Try saying that 3 times fast. Oh man.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Okay, listen, it would be an interesting show to watch. Both of your guys' shows would be interesting to watch right now, alright? Just gonna say. We basically call Deathgasm's World Drug Wars, and we could call Juggernaut Which One Breaks First. So I need a police force in my world too, because unfortunately I feel like I live way too close to you guys. Even if you're on the opposite side of the planet, I feel I'm too close to you. So I'm going to bring up a police officer. I'm going to bring up Carl Winslow and the rest of the Winslows from... Oh crap, was that... Family Matters. Family Matters, thank you. Unfortunately, that does bring Urkel into the world, but you get a lot of awesomeness from it, and you get a really kick-ass police officer who control people in pool, which means I might have someone who could actually beat Necro.
All you gotta do is send Urkel over to my world and Austin will stun him.
You see, I'm worried about that because he could accidentally become Stefan and crush people. You gotta be careful of that part, too.
True.
Okay. Well, obviously the reasons for that are twofold, but also they are very loving and family, and it's the kind of people you'd want to have around your town who aren't trying to run you over with motorcycles or cast spells that could end the world. So, plus I think Carl Winslow is just kind enough to overlook somebody like Jane Silent Bob selling weed. They're not actually hurting nobody. So, I mean, you got that advantage. Mama Bear! Who are you bringing to the table this time?
Night Court.
Night Court? Okay.
I gotta have a judicial system somehow.
I'm stealing that one. All right. I mean, obviously, Deathgasm doesn't need a judicial system, but we both do. That's understandable. For those of you that don't know Night Court came out in the 80s/90s. It was a show about a judge who was basically a giant clown with magician capabilities who dealt with some of the weirdest cases ever imagined. I'm talking a man tried to sue himself because he was a vigilante. So he brought himself to court to try and sue himself because he was a vigilante. And he settled it. He settled the case. Most people would have just seen that and thrown the hell out of the courtroom. He settled that case. He's a damn good judge. He's the kind of judge that Phoenix Wright would want to be against. You might want to steal that, Juggernaut. You might want to steal that.
Yeah.
All right, Necro. So far, your world seems pretty easy, pretty slow going. Are you going to make anything that makes it go completely chaotic?
I don't think I am. I'm actually going to go with having Doug in the cast.
Ah, Doug. Is there any particular reason other than giving you a school?
Like, totally super powerful, but can be, but, you know.
Well, Quail Man does have the power of the quail.
Yes. But he's not, like, you know, Mr. Chaos fucking Stone up here.
Chaos Stone? He's looking at you, Juggernaut. That was aiming at you.
Yeah, I know.
You know, drug communist over that way.
The drug communist. Oh my God. He's our world's version of Russia, apparently. Silly man. In Soviet Russia, drugs smoke you.
But you get a great group of friends and characters that help each other out.
Yeah.
You get a middleman, and of course, you get a Doug.
This is true. All right, I see this evil grin, this happy-go-lucky smile coming from Deathgasm. I am frightened. Deathgasm, who else can you bring to possibly make this world any more terrifying?
I'm going to throw it old school to this one.
Oh.
The Dukes of Hazzard.
Well, now you have my firm attention. At least you got an expert group of drug runners.
Hang on, we're going with drug runners and straight.
Yep.
He's really making the fucking drug communist world.
Well, they are moonshiners and drug runners of Dukes of Hazzard. So I mean, you have that on your backup as well. So now you have an alcohol as well. That also does technically get you a police force, an incompetent police force, but a police force nonetheless.
Oh, the Suns have a police force too.
Yeah, but they're pretty incompetent as well. Like, you have no competent police force.
Pretty much your police forces do jack shit.
Because they know better. They do jack shit because they know better. They know what'll happen. They know what will happen if they do anything wrong. He's got way too many powerful people who have powerful friends. He may not have supervillains and superheroes yet, and they could be coming. Watch out, folks. But he does have very powerful groups of people in his town that kind of outnumber the police. So, you got that going. The Dukes of Hazzard are a great group, too. They're very friendly people.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, there's that, too. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this next one I'm already thinking of is going to throw like a wrench in the things in mind.
Oh, I can't wait for it. Juggernaut.
So he's not the capital world, maybe.
Deathgasm, I see your policing competence and raise it by 20.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
The cast of Reno 911.
Oh, I was expecting him to make that call. Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing his police force will also include Super Troopers eventually. Juggernaut, I don't even want to know why the cast of Reno 911, but I have to ask.
I don't really have an answer. I need a police force.
Well, okay, that is a police force. That's true. Technically, so is Paul Blart, but I don't see anyone jumping for him. So, yes, we can live with that one. All right, cool. Now, in order for my town to exist, though, I'm going to need some brain power in my world, Because unfortunately, so far, we're not exactly running on full over here. So I was thinking, what's a group of really intelligent friends? Good scientists. Something about a cosmic event. Maybe a Big Bang Theory, perhaps?
I like that.
You can steal it all you want. You could chill with all those guys, except possibly Sheldon. Sheldon would be the one you probably couldn't chill with. I couldn't chill with him either.
I could deal with Sheldon.
You could deal with Sheldon?
Yeah.
He's...
I had this crazy aunt, remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. She could chill with Sheldon while we chill with the others.
Yeah, I feel like if I ever had a conversation with Sheldon, I'd kill him.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I would knock him over a couch at least once.
He'd get punched in the throat.
Oh yeah, seriously. At least we're all everyone's agreeing we could have Big Bang Theory in our worlds, but Sheldon would most likely get punched for it. All right.
Big Bang Theory would die in my world. I don't want them in my world.
Why not? They could always make the drugs better.
Very true.
Think about it. Think about it. They could make the drugs way better.
But does that fall under any of their MOs to do anything illegal?
Well, with your world, you might as well start.
Technically, Sheldon has done several illegal things for the pursuit of science, so I'm sure you could trick him into doing it.
Come on, you're talking about Sheldon who hacked into a satellite system to try to figure out a card trick.
Yeah. He hacked into a freaking military satellite just so he could see a card trick, so he could try to figure it out. Hey Sheldon, we don't think you can make this heroin better. Oh really? And you would have super heroin. I'm pretty sure by the end of a week you'd have super heroin. Just throwing it out there. He could work really well with the guys from Breaking Bad. They're also intelligent people. I mean, you see how that one works. I'm there.
Okay, let's see here.
Wait.
I have my judicial system, my fire department, my ambo.
She's talking over what she's got. She's thinking about this on a very studious level where we're really not. I can think of a bunch of people we were talking about earlier who hasn't shown up yet. A whole house of them, in fact.
Oh, you're talking about a poker hand.
Full house. There you go.
Yeah.
Today's facts. Having the Tanners in your town would give it a lot of bonuses. You know, you have your own weather forecast. You have your own news company. You have Jesse and the Rippers and a comedy club. So, I mean, you got that going for you, too. Plus, the Tanners ain't bad people. So, I mean, you got that on your side, too. I mean, they might not work in Mr. Neo Drug Tokyo over there, but they could work with the rest of us, you know?
Yeah.
Plus, just to be a sob here, Jesse and the Rippers do have a song I want played at my wedding, so, I mean, it's great to have them there. Maybe they can play at the wedding, you know?
Touché.
So, Necro. What are we throwing at the dartboard?
I'm thinking.
I can tell. You're stroking your beard.
That's what smoke is.
I can see the burning. Does it hurt? Stop.
Who else do I want in my world?
Good question. That's why I asked.
I'm gonna hijack some of Mama Bear's to create kind of a judicial system, and that's Chicago PD. Or, not Chicago PD, Chicago Fire.
Okay, stealing Chicago Fire, that's legal.
Because it also does give part of Method with it as well, because they do spend a lot of time working with the hospital.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I will add another judicial system, as in the NCI.
Oh, you're bringing NCIS in.
Ooh.
There you go.
I didn't think of that.
Are you doing a steal, Mama Bear? Is this a steal?
For the detective department, yeah.
All right, so she's doing a steal. Mama Bear's stealing. All right, she got to go to her own courts. Quick, can I get an Ace Ventura over here? I need Phoenix Wright.
For my world,
You're next.
it's not the character I'm adding that would throw a wrench into things.
Okay, it's what comes
But
with.
the people that come along with him.
Okay.
Kingpin.
Kingpin? Ooh. Well, Kingpin is actually a very dangerous person to have in your town to begin with how your town is set up. Kingpin tries to run all the crime in his entire town. So he would eventually try to control all of them. But then again, you are correct, because unfortunately Kingpin also brings along a few people that might mess up your world. Like Spider-Man and Daredevil. The Avengers. It don't matter how many motorcycles you got, Iron Man lands, and you're not going to be doing much.
Wait, the Avengers are part of Kingpin.
Yes.
I thought it was only Spider-Man, Punisher, and...
You do realize that Spider-Man is a member of the Avengers, right?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Although, on the plus side, Kingpin did keep his criminal empire hidden for decades, so that could really actually help your criminal empire.
And the Punisher has been part of the Avengers on more than one occasion in spin-offs.
But like I said, with Kingpin, it took decades for anyone to even realize what he was doing. So that could actually benefit him. Plus, it brings his own lawyers in, too, because now he's got Daredevil in there. He's got some military with Punisher. He's got the Daily Bugle with Spider-Man. I mean, we're running a couple of good things there. His town's starting to fill out.
Well, there's also the news organization in Daredevil, too.
This is true. This is true.
Runs.
Still, now you have people. Now you still have a criminal empire, but now you got people slowly sneaking in to try and take it down. I can't wait to see what goes next. I really can't wait to see what goes next with him. Okay, Juggernaut.
All right.
Shock me, surprise me.
Consider we need to bring a psychiatrist in, Dr. Fraser Crane.
Fraser, okay. That brings nothing but goodness into your world. Mind if I borrow him as well? Yeah, taking that, thank you. I mean, Fraser is really good at his job, and his friends are very political and correct, and they're very, oh my god, they're so stuffy I can't breathe just thinking about them. But it does bring a really good dash. I'm pretty sure Mr. Stephen Strange would love Fraser to get inside his head. When I thought psychiatrist, I thought you were about to bring Harley Quinzel into this, and I was going to be like, no. Technically, remember, she is a psychiatrist. She is. Like I'm saying, technically, she is a psychiatrist. And technically, the second the Joker showed up, you could just put a bolt in his head. Just throwing it out there. Okay. I like it. All right, so back to me, huh? Well, let's see. I got to fill in a few issues I have with my town, but I think one of the biggest issues with my town could be solved very simply with bringing in another cartoon group. I need something in my town to keep it lively. I need something that will allow me to bring things like water parks into my town, and fire departments into my town, police departments into town, military, ambulances, etc. So I think I'm going to bring the codename Kids Next Door.
No.
It gives the kids something to do, keeps them away from the drugs. And, of course, you've seen it before. The show has giant freaking schools. It's got fire departments, giant water slides, rafting, canoeing, fishing. There's a lot of stuff to do if you bring them into your world. Plus, you also have the fun fact that the kids next door are going to be bouncing around everywhere. Unfortunately, it also brings things like the Toilinator. But seeing as I'm already an adult, he wouldn't bother me.
Count Spanky-Lot.
Count Spanky-Lot. But then, of course, there's also ice cream companies everywhere.
I might have to steal that one too.
You can. Hey, I needed to find a way to comically bring together everything I need, and that's how I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, like I said, all the benefits you get from that world. Mama Bear.
I'm gonna bring a cartoon into this as well. Recess.
Recess? Did you hear that? Recess?
I was gonna pick that as well.
Oh no, double recess. Oh well. I mean, that does add some interesting kids into your world.
Yep.
It also adds a bunch of interesting jobs, including gardens, the military once more, the school itself, ninjas, secret villains, death lasers, climate. Oh, I'm sorry. This is all stuff that's actually in the show. Yeah, I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. You guys watch Recess and its movie, and you tell me there ain't some messed up.
Yeah.
Heck, you eventually find out that the detention lady is like some kind of ex-special forces agent. Like, what? All right, well, that covers a lot of stuff, too. Mom Bear's got a lot of new jobs, and possibly kids to go hang out with Ed, Ed, and Eddie, which no one's mentioned yet. But we're on to the mighty man himself, Necro!
I'm going to bring in two groups of friends here. One is literally the name that I just said.
Okay.
And the second is How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, that's a twofer, but I can see them both working well. You got some more nice people in your town, along with Frasier, more than likely.
You bring in an architect now, which can rebuild the city or build more structures to make it better.
Touche.
You bring in Barney, which is just an amazing character.
You okay, Marcus? Okay.
And then
just be careful.
You bring in a Canadian that likes to fight about everything.
Yeah, that's something we want.
But altogether, they're a bunch of loving people that like to drink and hang out and have a party.
See you, Cody.
Sorry, my son tripped over his cord and unplugged everything. Well, I can see that does bring a lot of people into the universe. That's true.
I see you, Cody.
You see a Cody?
Cody.
Cody!
I missed the Cody.
And then over here, this is just this giant lump over here was once a cat. That's Molly.
Yep, that's my Molly.
And while you can't see it, the thing that she's licking is her little sister, Dice. She's cleaning her. All right, well, I'm almost afraid to ask Deathgasm what's happening next, because he's really thrown some curveballs today. Like, damn.
The League of Villains.
The League of Villains? Okay. Okay. I know and love that show. Okay. Okay. But I just want to know.
I wasn't sure if any of you would have got it. Where they came from.
I know it's from. Is there a reason, though, or are you just trying to counteract the whole superhero thing coming in?
I'm more thinking of... Because with the League of Villains, it incorporates the whole show.
Right.
Which would incorporate Overhaul, which was probably one of my favorite villains.
Right.
In the series. Although, I can't think of the guy that wears the hands on his face, what his name is.
Shitarugi or something like that.
Yeah, Shitarugi. I like him a lot, too.
Yeah, but then you get Deku.
Also, yes, you get Deku, but Deku is not a peak fighting hero yet.
Well, technically none of them are in my personal opinion, but I can see where you're going. He's bringing My Hero Academia into his world, which now has the Avengers and other villains versus more villains on top of drug dealers and drug cartels, and oh my goodness, man, what's going to be left of your town after 10 minutes? It's just going to explode at this rate. But he does get a large number of superheroes, some with some of the weirdest superpowers ever.
Yeah, some with superpowers that just make you into a fucking cactus.
Well, what about the little one who rips off his hair and throws it little purple balls? Come on! That ain't right. I'm gonna fight you by ripping my hair off and throwing it at you.
I hate him. Honestly, I hate him.
Everyone hates him. And then you get the frog girl who should not be as flexible as she is. Anyway, moving it on. That's the first anime reference in all of these, by the way. That's the first anime reference. We've already had one movie reference. We've had cartoon references, but this is the first anime reference we've had. So I got to give you props there, Deathgasm. Juggernaut! What's going on in your town? Because his town needs help.
I was actually torn between two.
Well, Necrofire.
I'm gonna go with Jimmy Neutron.
Ooh, Jimmy Neutron. There's an effective character. He always tries to do the best he can, and his villains are pretty laughable. So you're not really losing anything dangerous. Most of his villains could be taken out with a baseball bat to the knee. So, I mean, then you have Jimmy Neutron, who's a super, super genius, with a head so big that I'm pretty sure he should go and get it checked out. You're supposed to be in your room, young man. You're not supposed to be bouncing back and forth here, are you? Oh, wait, we lost somebody, I think. Oh, he's there. Oh, he's gone. There he is. I think. Hello? Anyway, Jimmy Neutron's a good character. You don't actually gain or lose much from that, except a super genius, whose parents, for some strange reason, don't know he's a super genius. Kind of like the whole Dexter thing all over again. Yes, less dangerous. I'm willing to accept that. But seeing as we're talking about super geniuses, and most of us have Phineas and Ferb, I need to think of super geniuses who will get along with super geniuses. At first, I was thinking Dexter from Dexter's Lab, not serial killer. He might come later. I realized that's not going to work too well. So I started thinking to myself, who would work? And then it came and hit me. The twin sisters from Johnny Test. They're super geniuses, twins, redheads, mind you. And, of course, the fact is that they're already on a college level, and they're creating technology to better the world as they speak. Whereas Dexter still hides his stuff, and Phineas and Ferb's stuff is still kind of at a childish level. But with Johnny Test's sisters, you get that. You also get the FBI, more military, which you all know I'm all military about. More police, more fire departments, etc. But the problem is you get Johnny Test, who might as well be considered a literal hazard to existence. So I am getting... What?
And a test dummy.
And a test dummy. So, I kind of get the advantage, but I got a big negative. I got to fix the negative. I have an idea of how, but I can't say it just yet. Mellow Bear!
Alright.
Quit your racing and play. Okay.